my dear Taurus. This is a love bonus reading for Virgo season, 23rd of August to September 22nd, 2019, with me, Queen of Cups Tarot. It is a thank you reading, since your reading is the seventh most liked reading for the August general reading. So thank you to all Taurus and Taurus loved ones that gave gratitude for my readings and dedicated themselves to love and spiritual growth. And this will be a love reading for Taurus sun, moon and rising sign. The reading can go both ways. The drama is the same, but it can be different castings to the different roles by the universe. So when I tell you that this is you, it can be the person or situation you are dealing with. Use your own intuition and recognition to determine who is who in this reading. It will be different for each and every one of you, of course. And this reading will be in two sections. So this will be you and this will be the counterpart. But I've also learned that this is the feminine side and this is the masculine side. So if you identify more as the masculine person, this might be you. Even if you are a girl, you can identify as more masculine. Yes, and I will start shuffling your cards, and I use the Golden Universal Tarot. So, see here. When I open your deck, Taurus, we have a Nine of Wands in the reversed and the Page of Wands in the reversed. So it seems like you have given up on something that's not thrilling anymore. It's like you still want it, but it has been too much of a hassle, too much of a strife, too much challenges. So it's not inspiring you anymore. It's not making you feel like it will lead to anything. So the Nine of Wands, it's the wounded warrior. When it comes in the reverse, we kind of have a little bit PTSD as well from what we have been through. You can see this Ten of Swords as well. So we'll see what it is that's not fun for you anymore. I call the Divine with Love and Light. And here we have the High Priestess together with the Page of Wands. So it seems like you kind of search inwardly towards what's going to make you happy and not so much on the outside anymore. You look more and more to your source, to your intuition, to your inside, like your body, your temple, and there is your inspiration. Asking yourself, what is it that I want, and getting answers. So that seems very wise. So I call the four archangels in the four corners of the world. And here we have Two of Swords with the Page of Wands in the reversed again. So the Page of Wands seems to be the significator. So it kind of, Page of Wands is about wanting to live life, want to live life fully and going after what you want and seeking out success and adventure and people. But here it looks a little bit antisocial, to be honest. And the Two of Swords, you have the two High Priestess. The Two of Swords is connected to her. So it's more like you're listening and feeling inwardly, because you can't look with the blindfold on. So instead of the usual, what I feel with the Two of Swords is we are ignoring our feelings. I think you're trying to figure them out. So the blindfold is helping you to not look at the world, but actually look on the inside world, the inside universe for you. So you don't want to engage yourself, it feels. It has been too tiresome. So I call the six elements. And here we have a Page of Swords with the Page of Wands. This might indicate a twin flame relationship with someone. And you are probably the Page of Wands, and the other one is the Page of Swords. Page of Swords is a little bit more revolutionary, not as fun maybe as the Page of Wands. Page of Wands wants to have fun. Page of Swords wants to have the truth be told. So sometimes they can be a little bit judgmental, but in the same time they see the truth. So this might be two sides of you and your inner child that you are reconnecting to by connecting to yourself instead of going outward. So one is speaking the truth and the other one knows the way. So You can't get better guidance than that. But this Page of Swords is probably a person on the outside as well. So 6 elements, earth, wind, fire, water, spirit, and ether to join us here today and to give us a clear view reading. Death and 5 of Swords. So it seems like there has been some kind of battle here. And maybe you lost it, maybe you won it, but I don't think you wanted a battle at all. So, clear view reading for my dear Taurus. So I want you to have love in your life and to find yourself on the highest path towards your highest destiny. Okay, so we'll just tune in for a few seconds here to you and the energy of Virgo season for you, Taurus. Okay, so my dear Taurus, see here. This here, it's your behaviors and attitudes towards this other person or these other people. The outcome and the behavior or attitudes that this other person or people have towards you. Because sometimes we are not in a romantic relationship, but this can be also for other relationships. So this is your feelings for them, the common energies between you two and their feelings for you there. And this is what's on your conscious mind about them, the situation itself, and what's on their conscious mind about you. So this is the bottom of the deck, so it's kind of the starting point for this. And it's the Magician in reversed. And love. So this can be very confusing if a person is kind of playing you, but you feel that love is real, it's genuine, it's authentic, then that kind of breaks your heart when you see this two-face. So it might be that you are dealing with a person that has a little bit two-face, and that's why you have withdrawn with the Two of Swords and the High Priestess, because you might feel in your heart that they love you, but they are acting a little bit maybe narcissistic, or they are playing mind games, things like this. Okay. And this is the basic of the feelings section, and we have a Two of Pentacles, so another number 2. And Two of Pentacles, it's when someone kind of here with the Two of Pentacles in reverse, I feel that this is when someone constantly drops the ball and they are kind of promising to be better and to not lie or not deceit, or they are doing something bad and they are coming back and kind of comforting you and making you feel happy again, and then they do the bad stuff again. So that's, you're so sick and tired of this, and you have built an own fortress for yourself, and you're going to focus on your own family and your own success, and you kind of don't care about this person anymore. So it's put on ice. I'm hearing a song, and that might be you from now on. So you're as cold as ice. You're as cold as ice. I think it's really old, maybe the 80s or something like that. That's not really old, but it's older than if it was made recently. Okay. So behaviors and attitudes and outcomes. So the foundation here is the devil. And here we have a little bit of a player and someone that isn't in capacity to feel and kind of communicate their own feelings, and also a liar and so on and so forth. 2 kings here also, King of Wands and King of Cups. This is the very passionate kings, but they are in the reversed, so you can think this is like the devil, someone that's passionate and crazy and not mature, haven't worked through their issues. So with the devil, we are probably in some kind of codependent situation. One person might, in this equation, try to be nice and try to behave and try to be the sane one, but kind of hard to be sane when you are with someone that's acting a little bit insane. So try to identify their insanity, and I don't mean this as judgment, but actually be able to see what's real in this situation. That's what you need to High Priestess and to a source for, to look and kind of play the situation inside yourself and see, okay, what's sane here? What's normal? Because I think you have been dragged away from what's normal. And I think this person is playing your feelings, like your feelings of guilt and empathy and things like this. And that might make you feel like you are on the wrong and they are right. But if a person is acting, you need to look like clearly on the behaviors here, what's sane and what's insane. Because sometimes we can give far too much authority to someone that acts a little bit insane and think that must have done something wrong for this person to act in this way, because it's easy for us to take responsibility for situations, because if it's our fault, we have control. If the person is playing insane, we don't have control and we become fearful. So most people do take responsibility and think that they are to blame for the situation that have happened. And only people that kind of always blames others and think that they are never they are never doing anything wrong, they are also the insane ones, because they haven't been able to look at themselves and the world. They are just living in their illusion. So try to stay awake here and try to not be dragged into some kind of guilt trip with someone that's trying to use and abuse you, okay? So it doesn't have to be a lover. It can be, the neighbor or whomever that's acting like this, and you think, okay, so it feels a little bit awkward, but they seem really upset, so they must have a reason for it. And maybe they don't. Maybe they just want to top ride you and control you and make you scared and make you feel awkward or ashamed. So don't let them manipulate you like that. So what's on your conscious mind about them? And we have a Queen of Wands in the reverse. So you feel pissed off. You feel angry with this situation. See, the little cat is very bitter here. And you might question yourself if you are allowed to feel anger, but anger is what you are feeling in this situation, and you feel probably disrespected and like someone has stepped over your boundaries. Cats become really annoyed when that is happening and they feel cornered. So I think you feel cornered and angry, and you might question if your aggressiveness, if there's something wrong with you. But I think you are reacting to the situation. This is the situation there, and this is the other person, what's on their conscious mind about you. And we have Seven of Cups. So Seven of Cups, it seems like a person that's confused and don't know their own feelings. And it's what I said, when a person is acting like the devil, they are usually living in a hell of their own. So they are usually living in an illusion, and you can't make assumptions about your life through the eyes of a person that can't see reality, okay? If a person, they only see their mother when they speak with you. They are never going to see you. They are always just going to see their mother that might have had maybe narcissistic tendencies, okay? And it doesn't matter what you do, because they can't hear you. They can't really see you. They only apply this, childhood pattern over and over and over again on their relationships. And it makes it very confusing because it seems like they don't hear you, but you are right in front of them. You are saying the same thing over and over again, but they seem to react on something else. And they do. So they actually can't hear you. This is a little bit problematic situation, but people can have hours of long quarrels with a person. It's not the person that they are with, but they are screaming and yelling at that person, and that person believes it's about their relationship, but they are yelling and screaming about something of old. And I also think that this person might be a little bit of a player, as I said, so they might have different options here. and they might want you to live an illusion about that, so that you won't know what's happening. But I think you being a little bit angry in this situation kind of is pointing to the truth that there's actually something to be angry about here. Okay, and this is the situation itself. And we have a 3 of coins in reverse. So there's someone they are not trying to be friendly. They are not trying to cooperate. They are not trying to make things better. They are trying to confuse you or make you kind of self-destruct is what I'm feeling. This person doesn't want the best for you. I don't know exactly why, but I'm pretty sure they are not evil. They are it's a confused person. And this is their survival skill to manipulate people and make them lose their face. So kind of twitch out the carpet underneath your feet so you'll fall on your face, and they can shame you for this. So it's a person trying to make you hurt. Okay, and why they are doing so is most likely they have been treated like this themselves, and they think that this is normal. And you need to identify that this is not normal and tell them. So you can be, I don't want you to save them, but I need you to be the sane one that explains to them that this behavior is wrong. This is not how you do things. They have been taught early on, probably in childhood already, that this is how you do things. You're supposed to, the meanest bully is the one that wins. So that can be the parents or an older sibling or even a younger sibling. Someone has been being really nasty towards this person when they were younger, and now they are acting out this in their adult relationships. And someone or everyone around needs to not shut their mouth and just look at this situation and think, oh, they are insane. They need to actually tell them, not that they are insane, maybe because sometimes that can trigger anger and, resistance with the person, but you can tell them that this is not the right way to do it. If you want success with this, you need to do it like this, not like that. This is not going to work. If you talk with me like this, I'm just going to get upset with you and walk away. But if you talk with me like that, this might help. So you can help the person a little bit, and they will probably not hear you, but you can also prove examples, and eventually, if they don't better their ways, you will probably not be in the same location anymore, because that would be insane to stay with someone that hurts you, manipulates you, don't want to cooperate with you, make you pissed off. So that's self-torment. So, but as long as you're still with this person, it could be a very good thing if you would be able to tell what you are seeing instead of keeping your mouth shut, which might be what's indicated with the High Priestess and the Two of Swords, that you see a lot of things but you don't talk about it. Many people do like this. There can be one person acting very insane and loud in a situation, and everyone else is kind of, they look and they think a lot of things like, oh, this isn't normal, but they don't say anything. And that's what makes this person that they feel entitled to keep on going. So if we were all to stand up and tell a little bit more that this is not right, it could help actually. Not only the person that's acting out, but also the people that they come into daily contact with. If people start to help showing them a better way to treat each other and themselves also, that would be good also for the other people that will encounter this person. So your feelings for them, and we have death here, so you're kind of over this. You're not happy with this situation, and you just want it to be over. You kind of probably never want to talk to this person again, and you just want to forget that this ever happened, this encounter ever happened, and you want to be moving on. If you had this memory zapper where you can zap away the memory of them, you would probably do that. And this is their feelings towards you. And we have another 7. So you can see 7 are spiritual challenges. So the divine have been putting you here in their way to be a spiritual challenge to them, so that they can have a chance to be awakened. So this are the people that's telling them that, hey, you're doing this wrong. you need to calm down. You need to, don't be so negative. Don't be so judgmental. Please join us here instead. Try to work together with us. Okay. So it will be very hard, because 7, it's when people can't see their own problem. They can see whatever is another person's problem, and they can also be a little bit snaky, okay, like with the magician and this card. So they know how to hurt you and how to hit you where it hurts. But so they know these kind of things, like being almost like a predator, or it's like their reptile brain is functioning, but not their awakened mind. So they can't determine what is right and what is wrong. They can just act on their instinct, and it's like pressing a play tape recorder. So it doesn't feel like really a love relationship. It's probably someone else that annoys you a great deal. Of course, it can be loved ones. They can drive us insane, but it feels more like you are somewhere, like maybe on a workplace, or you're going to school, or you're on a family dinner, and someone is acting up like this, the awkward person in the family that no one wants to, no one wants to tell them what everyone else is thinking. So the situation here, two of coins, someone like praying a little bit on that there's not cooperation. They like when there's like a split in the group, and when people can't agree, and when there's like an infectious wound, and they like to be the infectious wound that create this kind of havoc. They like to see people in distress, and as I said, fall on their face. They like to see when you lose it, and when they have been able to trigger you. So they want to see your weakness. They are going after your weakest spot, and they are figuring it out, and then they are displaying your weakest spot for everyone. So this is not a healthy person, of course, but I need to remind you that this person probably have been treated like this their whole life. And if you would be sane enough to say no, you would actually help their inner child that was a victim of this for maybe a long time ago. And you will show them that, no, this is not how we do it in this world. So you can be a hero in this situation and save not only this person's victims and yourself, but also them in some way. They won't hear you, as I said, but maybe 10 years from now, the penny will drop, and they will, now I understand what the Taurus said at the summer of 2019. Now I get it, okay? So, common energies. Okay, we have a 9 of Cups. So 9 of Cups is like you are drawn to this person, and you feel very, it feels very homey in some way when you are with them. It's like natural to be with them. So you probably have had someone in your family group when you were small acting like this, and you think that it's normal. So maybe you were raised by people that had some kind of difficulty with acting in a healthy and sane way. Okay, so you had maybe people in your surrounding that was acting not normal, but you seem to be the one that has waken up first, because you don't want to take it. It's like, I don't want to take it anymore. And but I think with this 9 of Cups, you wouldn't be so drawn to this person if you didn't have a pattern of living with these kind of people. So you might have been raised by wolf or narcissistic people, or people that had some psychological issue that made it impossible for them to nurture you and to nurture a good relationship between you two. Maybe they focused on the destructive part of the relationship, like how they could hurt you instead of how they could make you feel good. So now you are with this person, or you have been with this person that was more out to hurt you than to make you feel good. And it felt good, okay? Because it felt like love, because you recognized it. You recognized it as a situation you have been in before. It was a comfortable situation. It was a known situation. So that's telling me that you have been around people like this a lot, probably in your childhood, because we are like small ducklings. Ducklings, if a duckling is born and you have put a wand like this in the ground with a white flag, the duckling will believe that that white flag, because it's moving, is their mother. So wherever the owner is putting this wand with a flag, the ducks will go there. So it's a very easy way to make the ducks follow, not a warm-blooded mother, but a stick. And it's the same for humans, not so extreme, but that what you recognize as a parent icon or a person that was a caretaker is what you are going to believe is love, even if it's just a stick with a flag on it, as in this case, because it's not a real human almost. They are just a shell of a person because they don't know themselves. They might have been so traumatized during their upbringing that they have lost contact with their original self. So now they're just playing up the trauma with everyone that they are encountering. So here they are playing up the trauma, there they are playing up the trauma, and there they are playing up the trauma. And no one says no, because they just, best keeping our mouth shut. We have this person making us all feel awkward in the room. So we just nod our head and, move towards the walls and the exits. And this person never gets it. They just... They think that, yes, everyone abandons me. It's always like this. And they get very aggressive also maybe with this, with the Seven of Wands being Mars in Leo. Okay. So this is your behaviors and attitudes towards them. And for Wands, it's not particularly dramatic. You just don't want to be in a relationship with them. And it's a 4, and we have 13 here. 1 plus 3, 4. So this is you acting like the emperor and thinking, no, this doesn't feel right. It's not, they are not helping. They are not trying to make this work. They are always lying, manipulating, arguing with me about insane things, attacking me for things I didn't do. And it's a lot of mysterious things going on here. So, and it's a little bit sad, because with the 9 of Cups here and this, you're probably, it's something you like with this person and you feel bonded with them and you would want things to be harmonious between you, but you're saying no thank you here. Maybe another time, if the person has grown, you think, maybe if they have gone through some kind of evolution, maybe I can be with them. And this is their behavior and attitudes towards you. And we have an Ace of Wands. So Ace of Wands might be an increasing sense of wanting you, needing you. And this might make even the person aggressive in their attempt of reaching you. Because we have the Devil energy here and the Ace of Wands, so it's like a phallic symbol, and it's the highest card for energy in the whole deck, despite the Sun. So this is someone that wants, craves. So you have awakened something in this person that makes them crave you or want you. It's very important for them how you act and how you behave towards them. So when you are kind of shutting them out here because they make you pissed off, and you have been in this High Priestess, Two of Swords kind of state, and looked at the situation a lot and see that, no, this is not sane. So you have decided, no, I will exit. And this person doesn't want you to exit. They have found kind of supply with you because you are nice and you are trying, like, even if they are not particularly nice, you have probably acted very nice towards them. And they like that. They can't see that their own behavior hasn't been matching your behavior because they are not as conscious, okay? They are living in this trauma illusion. So they want more. And if you are going to deny them, it's not telling what they will do. Ace of Wands, it can be a person, stalking you, like running after you because they can't help themselves, because they want you, okay? And it can be a person, trying very hard to make you love them, charm you. And so it can also be a person being totally aggressive and dangerous. So I don't really know here, but you probably know better because it's your person. So you know if they are going to cause you problem, but they are not giving up. You are giving up and they are not. And this is the outcome. And we have Taurus here. So it shows that them not giving up is actually, you have become, the wand with the flag for this duckling. So the wand, the one that you have kind of chased after, they were the wand with the flag, and you thought, oh, this is love. I recognize this. But now it's something within you that they have recognized as, their true, the true mother-father energy. So something that's a little bit more divine. So they have reconnected, passed around their parents and their trauma back to divinity a little bit. And divinity is unconditional love. It's compassion. It's being able to see a person for what they really are and see their problem. So it's kind of a little bit like the Jesus energy. So it might be that you have had a very strange effect on this person. So now they want kind of to be your disciple. They want to learn from you. So they might continue hanging around like an annoying fly and want to be with you. And I don't know, but this is probably set up by the divine for you to help this person, snap out of their illusion. But I don't see this as a happy development, because it would be better for you if you could just walk away. But here you are kind of being given the mission to help this person out of their insanity. I don't know if that's sane, but of course, maybe they are. Imagine this, that you two are soulmates because you have some kind of connection here. 7 of Cups, 9 of Cups, 4 of Wands in the reverse. So they don't know why they want you, but they just feel like they want you. And you feel like, oh, it would be so nice if we could be, on the same page. That would be nice. And so it might be that you have been, co-working souls in heaven. So imagine you were two angels with beautiful wings, fixing things and doing things on earth. And then you identify this situation on earth and see, oh, this is insane. We need to fix this. Okay, so I will go down in this body and I will go down in this body. And we will rise the awareness in these frequency vibration of these bodies and these ancestor lines, in this parent line. So there's lines of humanity. Okay, so we'll wake them up. And first I will wake you up with my little bit insane behavior, so you will stop being so darn nice. And then you will become less nice and more of an authority, and you will help me and this lineage to awaken. So that is the kind of agreement that I see. But on this human level, it will be like hanging around with someone that has a deeply traumatized behavior. So they can be a drug addict with real deep problems, causing you a lot of problems. They can have problems with alcohol, or problems with their temper, with their health, mental health, and also physical health, because mental health is giving physical problems. So there might be a lot of problems with this person and the relationship that you have with them. But this is the laying of the land. So I'm not God here. I'm just reading your situation. So very heroic of you, Taurus, but not totally accordingly with you know, walking away from people that hurt you. So this is what the divine wants to give as a love message for you, and it's a message for you. I'm thinking of you this very moment. Your love fills me with light. I love you. I think you know that this person loves you and that they are this obsessed with you, but you also know how they have behaved towards you, and it's not a happy, funny event. So you know that they are hooked up with you, but you also know that this is not fun, okay? And they haven't been acting like they, you know, care for you. It's just, you know, that they want you for some reason. And this is for the other person. And criticizing one another will only lead to further unhappiness. Love and accept each other as you are, and your relationship will magically transform. So this is something else you can try out. I still want you to tell the person the truth, but, you know, in a diplomatic way. So we can, for example, if someone is bullying someone in the room, you can say, you can go forward to that person, put a hand on their shoulder and say, I see that you're hurting, and we can talk about this, but don't hurt this person here. They haven't done anything towards you. Do you want us to go and grab a coffee? So that's something you can do to make, like, stop the person from their behavior, you know, end the cycle that they're in, like the insane cycle, and do something else, something, you know, unexpected that will wake them like this. But also, if you are to be with this person, you're going to drive yourself insane if you're not accepting who they are. So accept where they are at. It's like I have told you before, that if you are with a person and they have certain problems, and you know that these problems are going to make them make you know, decisions that's not harmonious, you can see, for example, you can see how things should, in the best of worlds, this is how we should do this, so we will have a good outcome. And you might get very stressed when a person is acting the opposite of what is going to render a good outcome. And that in that situation, you want to go in and have control. So you might start to obsess about this person and their behavior and why they didn't act in the way you should act, so it will be a good situation. So why do they lie? They always destroy our relationship with their lies, for example. But if you just accept that, okay, one, this person is a liar, they're going to continue lying. I can't control their behavior. I can't control that this person will act sane and not lie. What I have seen, the proof of our relationship so far is that they are lying. So that is what they're going to continue doing. And if you can accept that, you are much better off, because then you also detach a little bit from the situation. You don't invest so much in a happy outcome, because you know that the person is going to self-destruct with their lies. So, and you can be very clear with this. No, I can't trust you here because I know you are going to lie. I still love you. If this is a family member, for example, you can say, I still love you, but I don't believe a word you say. So you won't be able to make me do this, and I won't feel ashamed for saying no, because I know I will be the disappointed one in the end when we have made this plan and then it turns out to be a lie. So this is how you can deal with this, like sane, okay, grown up, and see the truth and know that it's only that person that can change their behavior and their way. You can't do anything but being a good example. So, okay, Taurus, that was not an easy task for you this time with your relationship. I wonder what kind of relationship you're in. And this is advice for you, and it's children. Know that your children are protected. So for some of you, this person might have been a child of yours in an earlier lifetime as well, and you might have some karmic situation from that that time. Okay, and it's almost like I feel that they were left behind and traumatized while you were able to take yourself out of there. So it might also have been like a brother, sister, 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 brother, brother relationship where you were siblings or cousins close, and that one were able to save themselves and get out of some hellhole the devil, and the other one wasn't so lucky, and now you are here to make another try. So know that your children are protected. All parents' first and foremost responsibility is to keep their children safe from harm. The angels want to reassure you that all is well. Your children in heaven and on earth are loved and protected by God and the angels. Your children function at their best when they are loved, cherished, and feel secure within their home and family environment. My children are happy and safe. So for some of you, this might actually be a child as well. And some children are born with this kind of trauma, and it might be triggered with just small things. So if a soul comes and are deeply traumatized, it's enough if you forget them. You know, they get lost on the store one time, and they will, you know, the abandonment issues will awaken. Or if you get angry with them one time, their trauma of being victim of aggression will reawaken. So some souls are very fragile. They are kind of set on being hurt in the way that they were hurt in a previous lifetime. Not as dramatic usually, less and less for every lap of karma, but they are set, you are also set to get hurt in the exact right way. So you will have a wound to deal with in this lifetime. So some of you will have a child which you might feel hopeless for if they are they have lost their ways, and they might blame you a lot and be angry with you, and you are just trying to be the best parent possibly, but without really, you know, fully engaging anymore, because it's like you have put boundaries. So know that it's not all up to you to fix this, that God and the angels and the guides are also there to help this person, and there's other people in this person's life that also have a responsibility to, you know, nudge them in the right way and to tell them when things are going wrong. Okay. And for cross watchers, it might of course be the other way around, that this is you and this is the Taurus. It happens all the time. Okay. So I hope this helped. It was a really long reading. I tried to make this short and snappy, but I didn't expect this kind of complicated situation here. Okay, so if you want to know more about this situation, I put up a pick a card reading. What do they think about you? The other day here. You can check it out on my channel page. Scroll down a little bit and you will see the pick a card readings. Also the general readings for August are up for those of you that wants more information about this situation, or maybe, you know, another situation. So, and I will also come back with the general readings for September in the mid of August. So until then, take really good care and bye-bye.